obviously one of our more complete games offensively and defensively of the year. I thought we did a great job coming out of the second half and kind of having the same urgency that in games past we haven't had. So that's hopefully a good sign moving forward. But I thought our guys handled themselves well, and obviously when your offense is going like it was tonight, I think it's a little bit easier to play. But regardless, I thought we did a great job, and it was a game that we needed. There was a lot on the line for the game, obviously, to try and figure out some of the seeding stuff, and so I'm glad the way the guys were able to come out and perform.
Why do you think your team has shot so well in general the last 5 6 weeks?
I'm not sure. I think we're taking high percentage shots for the most part. Obviously, Rodney has something to do with that. With the way that he shot the ball. I think we've had pretty good ball movement, body movement, and I think when you do that, I think you can find really good shots. We have a number of guys that can make some shots, and so I think that the defense has to respect all those people, and now you're able to find high percentage shots. And if your team is okay with just making sure we get the best team shot, then usually you can shoot a high percentage.
To you, does it feel like in terms of everybody contributing at this point in the season that you guys are starting to hit your stride?
I don't know. I think I think you play one good game and everyone wants to talk about you hitting your stride. I think you got to prove that you can do that over a consistent period. Obviously, you like the way that we played Saturday and the way we played today, and those are positive signs. But we've put a couple games together already this year, and then we're right back to square one. So I think that it's important that we just really focus on tomorrow and preparing ourselves for Saturday and going from there, and not really trying to figure out what kind of stride we're on, just trying to figure out how we can prepare ourselves to play on Saturday.
Rodney said he felt like a lot of the energy started at the defensive end and that kind of carried over into the offense. Would you agree with that? Was that where it came from?
I think we were definitely urgent and alert early in the game. We talked to guys about making sure that we played complete games this weekend starting tonight. I thought on Thursday and Saturday of last week, I thought almost to a man, everybody's second rotation was at the level that it needed to be at, but their first rotations weren't. And so we talked about making sure that as soon as the ball went up, that we were ready to compete and that we were urgent and we were alert and that we had some focus. And I think we were able to create some easy opportunities off our defense tonight. And a lot of those turnovers came as a result of just being in the right spot and not really trying to create a steal, just trying to make the right decision that the game asks you to make. And then all of a sudden maybe somebody over penetrates or somebody makes a bad decision, and now you're able to capitalize on that. So I do think that we definitely did a nice job on the defensive end to start the game, and like I said, I thought we did a very good job to start the second half defensively. And if that was what allowed us to keep it rolling on offense, we should remember that and try and do it again Saturday.
Lucky's still getting significant minutes, but it's just a different role for him not to be starting. So just what do you think about the way he's been performing off the bench?
I think the last 2 games he's really played within himself, and I think that's been great. I think maybe it allows him to kind of relax as he goes into the game coming off the bench, and just kind of do what he's supposed to do. And when he plays the way he did tonight, when he plays the way he did Saturday, he's one of the best players in our league. I think sometimes when he tries to do too much, he gets himself in a little bit of trouble. And so I think his communication to his teammates the last 2 games have been terrific. I think his shot selection's been very good, and you see some of the effort plays, a couple of the offensive rebounds that he got tonight. That's vintage luck, and we haven't necessarily seen that all year long, and it would be nice to see for the rest of the way out.
We've seen you guys kind of come out in the second half a little lackadaisical. You were up 15 at halftime. What you try and stress to your team to make sure you guys come out and play with the right amount of energy?
Trying to play a complete game. That's what we just talked about. Even as we went into the locker room before the half, I was talking to guys on the bench about the communication in the locker room should just be about defensive urgency in the second half. That's it. And I don't know what they said before we got in there, but once we got in there, that's what we talked about. We talked about continuing to be unselfish offensively, but really focusing on continuing to defend, continuing to make the right slides, continuing to rebound the ball, and understand that Wagner is going to continue to attack us and try and get dribble penetration and be super aggressive, and we got to be able to match that.
Obviously, holding Marcus Vernon to 2 of 11 shooting, 6 points. What kind of played into that? Did you guys have to play him any?
I think we only gave him a couple clean looks. Obviously, he's the guy at the top of our scouting report that we didn't want to give opportunities to, and I thought we did a good job of making him take some tough shots. Not allowing him good looks from 3 to get him started. I think we got a little bit fortunate too, where we were able to, maybe not have him be as aggressive as he's been in some other games.
Is there a certain comfort level? You've got all the road games done. You come home for the last 2 regular season games at home. Now you got another home game Wednesday. Does that make a difference? There's no travel involved.
It should, but we're kind of like we play like opposite day. We've been better, at times on the road this year than we've been at home, and so I think it's just we got to focus on trying to do the right things each day. I don't think we can think about home, road, opponent. I think a lot of our issues start and end with us, and a lot of our positive things that we've done this year have started and ended with us. And I think that's what we have to focus on each and every day. Us making the right decisions about what we know the right plays are, what we know the right things are, what we know the right attitudes are, and then hoping for the best from there.
Other questions for Coach?